Hello. Good morning, people. Well, this one is on King Solomon and Queen Sheba. So questions 8 and 9. I'm going to do them both in one because they actually go together. And it shows that women, basically, is better than men. But men is we gonna do what it takes to get the job done. Women is more the loving, the caring. There's where women should be, in my perspective. Men should be doing the physical hard work, the fighting, and all of that. My perspective again. Women should be leaders, doctors, nurses, in office, doing the light stuff, but also serious stuff that needs to be done. Women also can be good leaders. Yeah, but not the physical hard stuff. No, you're not for that. But you all decide for yourself. That's just me. But this is what it is.
Figure featured in the stories of many cultures and religious groups. Although her exact homeland has not been agreed upon, she is no.
And you see, and this is the thing. Look, this tells me already that this is another white freaking person that is speaking on a cultural thing. These people were not white. Again, white people should try and stick to tell you fix all you first, handle all your business. All races should do that. But I mean to say, which race do you see talking about white people so much or trying to tell white people what to do? Who? The only thing that we have in history is that white people have went into a lot of cultures, messed up a bunch of shit, and right now, yeah, that's coming to light. The world gotta stop accepting what these white people is saying right now. And right now, white people need to learn to just be humble and try and find out some of your own history too, because a lot of you even living a life that you don't even really know what is going to be coming to you just now. And a lot of them do know, and they just waiting for the time that I'm talking about to see that they can now also be free, because they also don't agree with what they people dealing with. But people that telling these types of stories should not be taken seriously if it's being told by a white person. That's why he can't even get this story straight. He got three versions of it. Because why? It's not from your people, so you wouldn't know what the real story is. I could tell you which one I feel is closer related to, though.
Known as a queen from the Red Sea region, and plays a role in legendary tales that have been retold numerous times through literature, film, television, and music. Most tales revolve around her meeting with the biblical king of Israel, Solomon, with variations on what occurred during that visit. In some tales, she is tricked into sleeping with him, ultimately leading her to bear him a son. In other versions, she is tricked into revealing her hairy legs, which repulses Solomon. In other variations, she simply delivers spices to Solomon, uses riddles to test his wisdom, and then returns home. The Queen of Sheba is well known as a biblical figure. Relatively little is written within the Bible about her origins. Her story focuses on her travels to Jerusalem. She is said to have arrived in Jerusalem with a camel bearing spices to give to Solomon. She arrived with a very great retinue, with camels bearing spices, and very much gold, and precious stones. I Kings 10:2. Never again came such an abundance of spices. 10:10, 2 Chron. 9:19. She presented several riddles to Solomon, which he answered to her satisfaction. In the tale, Solomon taught Sheba about his God, Yahweh, and then they exchanged gifts. After that, the queen returned to her homeland. Some Ethiopians believe that this is how Christianity was originally brought to their area. There
Nope.
is agreement among scholars that Sheba refers to the South Arabian
That's
kingdom of
bullshit.
Saba, which is located in present-day Yemen. The queen's visit to Jerusalem may have been a trade visit, as it was common to trade spices by camel around the 9th and 10th centuries BC. In Jewish legend, the Queen of Sheba was the Queen of Egypt and Ethiopia. She was credited with bringing the first balsam tree to Israel. In one Jewish account, King Solomon was informed that Sheba was the only kingdom that was not subject to him. This did not make him happy.
You see, so just because of that, look what he gone and done.
He sent a letter to Sheba commanding that the Queen of
Commanding. You ain't even gonna ask the woman. This is a woman on par with you. She ruling over her thing. She doing her thing. without having to fight and all of that bullshit. You see, this is what I mean to say. Men is gonna force do things by force. Women is gonna be the love, and they're gonna try and come crafty with it. You know, that's the women. But men's approach, too much of men is on that control foolishness. That started from them. From then in them times, men, yeah. But yeah, I mean to say the women are still the ones making up most of the population. So it's like, yeah, well, yeah, it's again on the people. Too many of you need to be told what to do. Too many of you is just living in fear. You feel you can't do nothing without even trying to do something to find out if you're actually wrong or right. I mean, the hell?
Sheba come to him as one of his subjects. The Queen of Sheba agreed to visit Jerusalem and sent many ships filled with gifts prior to her arrival. She also agreed to arrive within 3 years, although the trip typically took 7 years. When she did arrive, she mistook Solomon's glass floor for water and lifted her dress, revealing her hairy legs, for which King Solomon reprimanded her. She
And you see, this is not the second story he going over. To me, all three stories got base of truth. Why is it so hard to understand that way back then a woman would have hairy legs? It's now known like all women, you need to shave your legs, right? What do you think would happen if you didn't shave your legs? You see, but I'm not saying that I want a woman with hairy legs. I'm just saying that they're making a story. They're saying it's a story like it can't happen. It's impossible. Like women just born with smooth skin, and that's all it is. It's like anyhow, that was this. Sheba was a good queen. Solomon, so they say.